So today we're looking at Manor Lords, a medieval city builder that's been getting a ton of attention, so let's get into it. So Manor Lords blends city building with real-time strategy, all set in a realistic medieval world. You're not just placing buildings, you're managing a living, breathing settlement, dealing with seasons, resources and even military conflicts. It's very much about realism and immersion, which immediately sets it apart from most casual city builders. Building your village feels incredibly organic. There's no rigid grid systems, so your paths and your buildings can curve. Instead, you place roads and structures freely, and your town grows in a natural, almost lifelike way. Watching your settlement evolve over time is genuinely satisfying. I don't know why, personally, I just love the fact that the roads don't have to be straight. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. Resource management is a big part of this experience. You'll need to balance food, firewood and supply chains carefully, especially as the seasons change. Winters can be brutal if you're not prepared. There's also a deeper layer of production chains, turning raw materials into finished goods, and it requires planning, but it does feel rewarding once you get things set up and you get the resources you need at the end of it. Another thing that sets Manor Lords apart from this aspect is that you have industry buildings, but you also convert your housing into small production shops. What I mean by this is the burbage plots, which are the plots that your families move into and live in, can be evolved and upgraded into certain specialist trades. One might be a butcher, while the other one could be an armourer, or one could just have an orchard in the back garden. Each one gives you a certain resource and you use that to keep your supply chain running and give you the resources that you need. That said, the pacing can be a little bit slow. Early on especially, progress can be sluggish, and if you're used to faster paced strategy games and builders, then this one might just test your patience. Now, the game isn't just about building, there's also combat. You can raise militias, manage units and defend your land in real time. It's not really deep like a full-on strategy game, but it does add a little layer of tension and purpose to your expansion. Also, if you're looking for a combat game, this isn't it. This is more of a builder. But this is kind of just bolted on as a little extra for you. The battles themselves are grounded in more realistic things, focusing more on positioning and morale than flashy actions. It's a cool system, but right now feels a little bit underdeveloped, and I feel like over time that might get developed into a bigger part of the game. Visually though, Manor Lords is stunning. The attention to detail is incredible, from the way the fields change with the seasons to how your villagers go about their daily routines. It really sells the idea that you're managing a real-life medieval settlement. The lighting, weather effects and overall presentation create a calm but immersive atmosphere. It's the kind of game where you can just sit there and watch your village for a while, and it's really just relaxing. The sound design also plays a big role here, with subtle ambient noises that bring everything to life. And just another cool side feature, you can actually drop down into your town and walk around as a person in third person, which is just a cool little extra, and it's cool just walking around your streets, seeing people going about their day. One thing to keep in mind here though, Manor Lords is still early access, and it does in some ways feel like a work in progress. There's a solid foundation here, but content is a little bit limited right now. You might find yourself running out of things to do after a while once your settlement is kind of up and stable and you've set all your supply chains up. Having said that, I'm not going to get down too hard on the dev here because he's basically a one-man band and he's more or less built this game single-handedly, so you have to take your hat off to him. It's a work of art. All I'm saying is, it's clear the game has huge potential, but it's just not quite fully finished yet. So overall, Manor Lords is a beautiful immersive city builder with a strong focus on realism. It nails down the atmosphere and the core mechanics, but sometimes slower pacing and limited content can hold you back right now. Still, there's a lot to like here, and a lot of potential for the future. I found the whole thing very relaxing, and that's why I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching.